guys, and welcome back. Today we've got a favorites video for you. A few bits and pieces of makeup and skincare that we've been enjoying recently. Take it away.
Okay, I'm going to start with hair care, and it's not one product specifically but more of a range. So these are all Moroccan Oil products, which, disclaimer, we have been sent but it's not sponsored and we haven't been paid to write about them, and they're also
we should be so lucky.
Yeah. They're also really old. So, well, this one's the newest one. This is their thickening lotion, which I love, and if you want to see this in action you can see it in my hair tutorial, so it's brilliant.
I wonder if that works as well as the living proof one that I've got. I've been looking for like a duty for
keep it and try it.
I could have to get from overseas.
Yeah, try it, see what you think. Then the Volumizing Mousse, which I've had for ages and absolutely love. I use this
so good.
Yeah, through the roots to add some real volume and oomph. And then for the days when I'm just doing like a simple blow dry, which still takes 20 minutes.
For the days when I'm doing, I'm like, I thought you were going to say the days when I don't wash my hair.
I just use this heat styling protection spray, which is also really lovely, just to stop any damage from my hairdryer, which is hotter than the sun. And then obviously I have a full size at home, but this is just a little travel mini of the actual original Moroccan oil, which I use after I've styled my hair to make it nice and soft and touchable. I bloody love Moroccan oil.
And also just smells so good.
It smells good, it works really well, it is expensive, but you get what you pay for. Yeah, I've really been loving kind of using that as my exclusive styling range of products, and I can highly recommend all of them.
First up for me is this hydrating spray from Chemic, which you would have seen in, can't actually remember what video I used this in, but I've definitely used it in a video. It is the Moisture Surge Face Spray Thirsty Skin Relief. Oh my gosh, it's so good. In that video I sprayed it on and I was like, delicious. Turns out it's fragrance free.
You plank.
So I basically just made it up in my head. I mean, I think it's got a slight floral scent, but I'm clearly wrong. I'm gonna just spray it on now because it's so delicious. Such a fine spritz, which is just an absolute non-negotiable. Yeah, a fine spray is a complete non-negotiable for me with hydrating sprays. I love this because it
smells like nothing.
Light.
It doesn't leave your skin tacky, it's just like...
Yeah, it sinks in completely, and it really does the job of refreshing the skin, especially like I tend to be a little bit heavy-handed with the powders. I can do my whole face of makeup and then I'll look in the mirror and be like, whoa. But if I spray this on, but like Fix Plus, it just knocks that effect back and it looks really, makes the makeup look more skin-like and a little bit more natural, not so caked on. So I love this. Everything in the Moisture Surge range that I've ever tried has been amazing, so not really a huge surprise. But yeah, thanks for sending us that, Chemic. I really like that. Awesome. You can also see this in a post I've done about 5 hydrating sprays that we tested recently. I will link that below.
Another favourite of mine are these Revlon Fill and Blur concealers. I've got 2 colours here, pale, light medium and light. These are rad.
Yeah, they're getting really good reviews.
Nice. They're so nice. They have a really nice small little cushion applicator, so you can get right into the corners here without like getting too much product there.
Texture.
And it's a really lovely lightweight texture. It won't cover anything too hectic. I think if you do have some darkness under your eyes, you should correct that first and then use this on top. It's lovely. Keep that one. I think that's your shade.
Nice.
Because this is very pale, but that one will work on you, so keep that one.
Sure will.
Yeah. No, they're really lovely. Only thing I don't like is the clear thing, so you can see the smushed up product every time you close it. But
yeah.
You can't win them all. We did feature this in our New and Beauty, so it is like an anti-aging range, but it doesn't have, as far as we can tell, any anti-aging ingredients. It's more...
it's blurring.
It's a blurring effect. Another favourite, which won't come as any surprise, really. This is the outstandingly good Elizabeth Arden Forever Bronzer. This is part of their new Tropical Summer collection. It's just really lovely. This is in the shade medium, and I find that when the colours are all swirled together, they look really lovely on my skin. It's really flattering. It's not too orange. It's not too muddy. It's a perfect middle ground. The finish is nice and luminous and glowy, but not glittery or shimmery in any way.
It's real like Bon Mean powder. It's very
just lovely. Looking. And also, if you were that way inclined, you could use them individually as well. So you've got a highlighter, a blush, and then a contour and a bronzer. I don't. I just swirl them together because I think the combination is really beautiful and flattering.
Shade wise, that's too light for me, so if you are Camilla's skin tone, it'll be fine. For me, it doesn't work. It doesn't really show up on me, which is very sad. Next up, I've got a face primer from Urban Decay. This is the Optical Illusion Complexion Primer, and it claims to be smoothing and pore perfecting with rosehip and argan oil. This I didn't expect to like, because truth be told, I don't really like any of the other Urban Decay primers. I find them very silicone heavy, and I just don't like that. I like something to be really hydrating, and if it's going to be pore filling, which, look, I really appreciate, I just don't want it to feel like heavy and thick. This doesn't do that at all. If a silicone primer and a beautiful smoothing facial oil had a baby. Ooh. So it's definitely got enough texture or substance rather that it fills in the pores, but it's also very slippy. So it goes on smoothly and it doesn't tend to catch, and it doesn't pill. It's never pulled under my makeup. I let it dry, so I do think that's important, especially, well, to be fair with all primers. There's nothing more irritating than having your foundation pull over your primer that you've just spent like 10 minutes applying. I think it does exactly what it says it does. It definitely reduces the appearance of my pores. It definitely smooths out my skin. I use it in my T-zone, so on my nose, here's where I have the largest kind of visible pores on either side of my nose, a little bit on my chin and on my forehead where I don't have pores, but it's kind of a shine control thing, so it does that as well. And it's just really, really lovely, so very happy with that. It's got a fairly strong kind of pale pink tint, which on me tends to disappear, but just be careful if you have darker skin. I'm not sure that it might look a little bit ashy. Give it a try first in store, and as you know, Urban Decay has opened in Cape Town, which is thrilling.
Shall I keep on the Urban Decay trail then? Obviously no surprise again. I mean, guys, this Naked Heat palette is my favorite out of all of the Naked Heat palettes so far. I think it is supremely gorgeous, supremely wearable actually, considering for how warm toned it is. The quality is excellent. It's nothing I haven't already said before in our tutorial video, and so I'll put the link down below, so that gives you kind of like quite an amped up dramatic look. So today I am wearing these 4 shades here, which are the more neutral matte shades in the palette, and they are just magnificent.
So the thing is that Urban Decay always, in my opinion, made some of the best eyeshadows, if not the best eyeshadows. The formula's always been incredible. I don't know what they've done, what kind of magic is happening in that palette, but it's even better. I suppose it doesn't fall down, because the previous palettes, they fall down a little bit. That doesn't fall down at all. Super blendable, just blends itself. I absolutely love that palette. It's too warm for me. I just wouldn't get enough use out of it for the way I wear my makeup. But I mean, I've worn it like every day for the past few weeks. It is truly glorious. It's absolutely worth the hype.
Absolutely. This is a shampoo which I've actually now almost finished. It's the Vichy Durkos Oil Control Treatment Shampoo. It's so effective. It really is the first oil control shampoo that I've ever used that I've noticed the next day my hair isn't as greasy. For someone who has such dry skin, my scalp is like a little oil slick. It's revolting. But this definitely does, seemingly, and I don't know how, stop my hair from producing as much oil, which is brilliant because it means I don't use as much dry shampoo on day 2, meaning that the pH of my scalp isn't aggravated, because dry shampoo does affect the pH of your scalp. So if you've noticed that when you use too much dry shampoo you might get an itchy scalp or you get little bumps or whatever, that's what it's doing. It's clear, it doesn't have a scent, it foams up nicely like any other shampoo, it just does exactly what it says it does. And I also, my hair also feels much fresher the next day when I use that. Yeah, it's not luxurious or anything like that, but it is, if you suffer with greasy hair and you want to try and stop your second day hair from being gross, then just give this a try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. This is something that Camilla has included in her favorites before, so apologies for the repetition. This is Weleda Skin Food, or Weleda, I believe it's pronounced. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was anyway. And this is, it's kind of a multi-purpose balm, but not in the 8-hour cream way. It's a really thick cream that becomes almost like an oil, but it's not oily. It's quite hard to explain. This is hands down the best hand cream in the whole world. Do you apply it all over your hands or just into your cuticles? Well, I did start off just putting it on my cuticles, and then I watched Priyanka Chopra's 73 Questions with Vogue, and she whipped this out of her handbag and said she uses it as a hand cream, and I was like, whoa, what do you mean? It's so thick. How do you do that? OMG, it is, because it breaks down into this really nourishing... Oh, the smell. It smells so good. I absolutely love it. It's just... I get really dry skin here. It's so random, I don't know why. But this is the only thing that works to make it nice and moisturized. I mean, you can't use that during the day though. No, I use it before bed. Yeah, I use it before, if she's using it as an all-time. I do. Maybe she's got very dry hands. And then I do rub it into my cuticles before I go to bed. And I mentioned this in a recent Instagram story, but that is the single best thing to happen to my nails in a very long time. My nails peel really badly, which is incredibly irritating. I asked the lady at my hair salon who does nails, her name is Debbie, she's at Moy, she's amazing by the way. I said, look, my nails are peeling, what is the best thing to do? She said, nourish your cuticles as much as you can. So that's when I started using this religiously every night, and it has made a huge difference. My nails have absolutely stopped peeling, so I get way better wear out of my nail polish, and my hands are just genuinely in much better condition. This isn't available in South Africa as far as I know, but it is on Amazon. I will leave a link in the blog post that you can buy it if you want. It's very affordable. I believe this was £12 when I bought it in the UK. This is another non-luxurious practical product. Eucerin Urea Repair Plus Lotion. This gets a lot of... This gets a lot of hype for being incredibly effective at smoothing the skin, and it is. It makes your skin so soft. It's unparalleled. I haven't found a product that's as effective as that. However, the texture is greasy. Not greasy. It's almost sticky. So it doesn't spread very easily. So it's not one that you can just use a little bit and get a lot of slip. Like, you have to use quite a lot of it to cover your whole body. But that means that afterwards my body is quite tacky to the touch almost. So that's why I only applied at night when I could put my PJs on and go to bed and not have to worry about it. But I couldn't wear this during the day unless I mixed it with something else that had a bit more slip to kind of break it down a little bit. It doesn't smell of anything.
Makes my skin feel delicious.
Does it?
No, I mean like in a nourished way.
Oh yeah.
Like really.
I think I used too much of it. Eucerin generally as a brand is just a fail-safe, great option. I think everything that I've ever used from Eucerin I've been really, really impressed with, and it's just effective. And there's nothing fancy about it. No bells and whistles. It's just good.
I can see how people with dry skin just absolutely love that. It really feels super nourished. Oh, it's nice. Yeah. Okay, my next one. It's like a favorite and an unfavorite in one. Okay, so I normally never contour my face. I can't bother. Only if it's like a special occasion or whatever. And I've had this for ages, and for some reason I just picked it up the other day and I've been using it every single day since. It is the NYX Blush in the shade Taupe. As far as I know, this isn't available here. I will check, and if it is I will leave a note and a link in the blog post. But it's essentially it's a contour shade blush. It's not a blush, it's a contour powder. It's not too pigmented. I think that's the trick with this. It doesn't pack too much of a punch, so you don't put it on and then suddenly you've got a stripe. You have to build it up, and it's just really subtle. So that's great for someone like me. I'm not like a pro. I don't know how to do it properly. I just slap it on my cheekbones and hope for the best. The tool that I use to put it on with is this devil brush from NARS. Now, I put this in our disappointing products video, and I stand by everything I said in that video. It is the worst, but it's the only brush I have that's the right shape for contour. So I've been using this with this, and I still get little brush hairs all over my face, and it's still scratchy, but it works for these purposes. And I also, there's a part of me that really hates the idea of throwing this away, so at least I get some use out of it, but I would not recommend it. Just go and get yourself maybe like the Real Techniques contour brush. That would work well. But that's just a little bit small for me. I like it because this is tapered and then it's got the bristles around the edge that blend the product. So I literally just do this. So like this one. And then there we go. That's
very scientific.
Yeah, that's me. Super beauty blogger over here.
Good. Okay, my last favorite is the Skinceuticals Hydrating B5 Gel. I spoke about it in our hydrating serums video, so I'm not going to bang on about it, but it is so incredibly effective at keeping your skin looking hydrated and plumped up and moisturized. Obviously it's got the hyaluronic acid in it, which is crucial, and then B5, which is included to prevent inflammation and to dial down any redness in your face. It is expensive, it's worth every penny. I will buy it again. Another favorite of mine that I forgot to bring, but goes hand in hand with this, is the little humidifier that I've been keeping on my desk at work, which is from a brand called Smart Frog, which you can get from Yuppie Chef. So I'll put the link below. So I found that these two combined have really helped with my dehydration, because if you work in an office you'll know that centralized air conditioning is not your friend, and it does suck the life out of your skin, unfortunately. So I found, yeah, like I said, those two products together have really helped to stop me from getting as dry and dehydrated as I normally would during the winter months. Yeah.
Incidentally, The Ordinary make a hyaluronic acid and B5 serum. I haven't tried it, but I will.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, I don't believe it'll be as good as that, but it might work. Okay, I got one more. That's expensive. This is Gabrielle Chanel, the latest fragrance from Chanel. You would have seen this on our Instagram at allotup_SA. When I first smelled this, I really wasn't sure, if I'm honest. But I've had it for a while, and it was sitting there looking at me. I thought, you know what, let me just wear it for a few days and see what happens. Oh Lord, it is delicious. It's a floral. I'll leave a note on the screen with the top notes in it because I can't remember what they are, but they are delicious smelling flowers. It's very expensive and it doesn't last as well on the skin as I would like. The last few days I've been wearing it with the intention of seeing if I can smell it at the end of the day, and I can't. Now, normally that doesn't really bother me because I've got lots of perfumes where that happens. But for example, my Tom Ford perfumes, which are within the same price range as Chanel, I don't have that problem ever with them. Same story with Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb Extreme. So it's not ideal. However, it is absolutely glorious. It is a beautiful
I never had that
scent.
experience. Like I said when we first got it, I sprayed it on my wrist when it arrived at 9 o'clock in the morning in the office. And by the end of the day, I was like, no.
It may well be that it lasts longer on someone like Camilla than on someone like me. So I'm not saying it's a bad product at all. I think it's actually just a gorgeous fragrance. So it's absolutely worth going to try and see if it does last well on you, if that's important to you, because it's pricey. So head down to a Chanel counter and give it a go. See if you can maybe get a sample. Guys, it's so good. It's beautiful. It's a really modern, fresh floral. It's not granny at all. It's not old fashioned. And I just think they've nailed it. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. Let us know what you've been enjoying and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.